Konnichiwa. Welcome. Thank you for watching. Thank you for coming along. So, yes, first in a new style of video for me is having a look at a new announcements. Now, I did ask in my previous video. I asked Anthony Dodge, the Model Train Outsider, because he does the catalogue looks. He's recently done quite a heft of them, and yes, whilst what he said to me was true, as he doesn't. He doesn't even create the style or whatever. It felt right to ask, but it's nice to move forward with his blessing, because I wanted to have myself up in the corner so you can see my reactions as well. Now, I could have jumped in with some Kato announcements, some Tomix announcements, some Greenmax ones that have come out in that sort of time. I could have prepared videos, but I thought no, I'll wait for the next true new announcements to come out, and it's microwaves we're actually going to have first. So yes. So I hope you're all well. And what I've tried to do, because I watch a couple of channels that are in Japanese, Aussie made by Japanese content creators, who obviously it's all in Japanese, and sometimes it's hard to miss significance of different things. So I've tried to make some notes just to quickly put you in the picture about what each one of these is, and what the rough estimated price converted is in, because obviously due to fluctuations with the yen and the pound and that, and it's all going to be in pounds, I'm afraid. But hopefully I feel this adds something to the model railway community, by in much in the same way Anthony's does, which is what gave me the idea. It gives something for the English speaking community who maybe want to get some of these trains but don't know what they're about, would like to know something about before they commit to purchasing some of them. Hopefully I can offer that. So yes, hopefully the audio is loud enough. If not, this one, please just turn up your speakers. In future, I am going to look at actually getting a little mic to go here. I think it's going to have to be the thing I do. But till then, I shall speak as loudly and as impressively as I can. No. So you can enjoy it. Not going to be quite as polished as others, because this is what you get. Is this? I have managed to find some photos from the website I usually get things from. I've managed to get some other images from there where they've actually got separate ones, and that's also where I've got some of my information from. So some of this is a machine translation. So any visitors who can speak Japanese or do know more about these, anything that's wrong, it's possibly the machine translation or my dodgy handwriting. So we'll do our best, but hopefully it adds something, and it helps out, and we've got some very cool things to look at, as you can see. I know a few of my UK followers will immediately have spotted one item on the list down here. But yes, so let's get started, and we're going to be starting with that one. So yes, so first up is the Shinkansen Series O. This is one of the what they call the R formations. So basically towards the end of the JNR era, which is National Railways, Japanese National Railways era, there was an attempt made to run Kodama trains, which is one of the named services, the Kodama, more frequently using shorter consists. So here we have a 6-car Shinkansen. Kodama was previously run, I believe, with steam, and then with a 3'6" electric, the 485 series. I have got a 485. I might do a video on it soon, so you get the reference point there. But once the Shinkansens took over, Kodama became a Shinkansen. Following Croatian JR, the success of the Kodama short formations meant more 6-car R formations were made, and were used for both Kodama and West Hikari services. So the one they're modelling here, there was a livery change where they took them from the original sort of ivory and blue to a white and blue, more in keeping with the 100 series, I think it was. But the one they're modelling here is a JR livery. So you can see the JR here on the side of the second car there. So this is a privatised Japanese railways now. But this one, the one they're modelling, kept its original JNR scheme with that ivory colour until 2003. This also features the sound. They sort of tried to noise cancel these panels here on the side as well, and the estimated cost for that is £132. But yeah, a nice 6-car Shinkansen. The Shinkansen can get incredibly long. For those who see my Nozomi, my 500 series, that's a 16-car train. That needs a lot of space to run. So a 6-car, much more manageable. And yes, I've actually already even pre-ordered this one because I had a video. I had a Kato one, a full 16-car Kato one. I think it was 16. Was that 18-car? Can't remember. It was a full Kato one, and that was the Grand Hikari, I think, that one. But it wasn't tickling me at the time. I did move it on, and the video was called it my main mistake. I think my mistake was getting rid of it, looking back. But hey, I've now got some Shinkansens, because I was trying to not get any Shinkansens just because I was trying to focus on the 3'6" because it was interesting me more. But now, as my tastes broaden and as I go on to more greater things, Shinkansens are now something I'm looking at. So yes, absolutely had to get one of those pre-order. Now, obviously, for those in the UK, we do have import tax. And this one's a great example. That's before shipping. The 132. Our cut-off is 135, including shipping. Now, the average shipping, I tend to use DHL because they have been fairly reliable for me. That tends to be £20 to £30 on top. So this one is going to cost me import tax. I'm going to have to pay duty on it. So just please bear that in mind. Work it out at 40% of the total cost. So add your shipping fee and your item price together. 40% of that, work out that's a good guideline. But yeah, so just be aware. So that is due after July. All of these are after July. That's as accurate as we're getting right now. If I do find out more in the future, I will update so that we get it. But yeah, very cool, very very cool train. I'm really looking forward to that one because yeah, I've wanted the Kodama service for ages. I still want it in its other forms because my 485 is the Raicho or Thunderbird. Yeah, so if any fans of Pokemon there, by the way, the Thunderbird Raichu, well, Chew is Mouse, so Raichu is obviously Thunder Mouse, the evolution of Pikachu. Everyone knows Pikachu. So the one that turns into when it gets up to a significant level is Raichu. But yeah, so Raichu is Thunderbird. Anyway, enough about Pokemon. Let's get on to the next train. That's what we're here for. So yeah, very cool. Obviously, as per some of Anthony's recent videos, for those of you who've watched his as well, it would be super nice to actually show a picture of the model rather than a photograph. But hey, as he says, the photo of the real one's always really cool. So here we are, number 2. This is another one I've already pre-ordered as well. Only one of 2. There's one I'm tempted by, and I think by the end of this I probably will. But anyway. So yeah, but part of this as well is that yes, while I have quite a big collection, you can see just how crazy I could try and go, but I do rein myself in a bit. So this is the EF10. So this is obviously one of those classic box cab electrics that typify the early steps into electric train locomotives throughout the world, really. But yes, so yes, EF10. They were designed in 1934 when the Tokaido line electrification was extended, and the trouble was that a lot of the freight trains, they'd got some electric locomotives pulling passenger trains by then, the EF53 for instance, but the freight trains were largely being pulled by Taisho era foreign imported steam engines still, which was showing their age at this point. The Taisho era goes from 1912 to 1922. So it's a very short era. It is for those, again, those fans of animated when Demon Slayer is set. But it's a very short period, but yes. Yeah, so by 1934, things were starting to get a bit old, a bit long in the tooth. So they based this on the EF53 with a lower gear ratio, so it could, it's more grunt rather than speed for pulling freight, if you want to put it in such terms. This one was built, this EF1012 was built by Kawasaki Heavy Industries and operated from Kuzu Locomotive Depot. So yeah, a classic box cab electric in the great livery. This livery is good to 1960. To me, it looks fantastic. I always, when I was a younger Steam fan, a pure Steam fan, diesels and electrics were boxes on wheels, and for some reason these box cabs, which are the most boxiest of boxes, have really taken me. I think they're super. I love to collect all the different ones. So I haven't got any F10 yet, so this was a no-brainer for me. And this one comes in a much nicer price, £47. And now there were 41 of these beasts created, so if number 12 isn't the one you want, it might be worth holding on, and it might bring another one out. So some of these trains, where obviously my Kato stuff is known, well, my Kato stuff particularly is known for being, you can choose the number on it. Atomics is very much the same. Microrace, I've noticed, do tend to produce particular locos, as per the rest of the world almost. But yeah, so yeah, worth holding on to if that's not the one you want. But yeah, I think pretty cool though, pretty cool. So next up, we have this one now. Yes, rather bright, nice colour. So this is a Kumoni 83-800. So these were built for freight work, apparently, converted from baggage cars. So I can only presume it's a parcels unit. The 800 here had a reduced height roof. You can see at the top there. This appears to be a 2-car set. So you got a reduced height roof one and a full height roof one. But the reduced height working on the Chu Tohoku line, and this unit was based out of Hiroshima and comes in at £73. But yeah, very cool. All these have working head and tail lights. Well, no, the locomotive, the EF10, just has working headlights. The units all have head and tail. That's trained. Oh no, but they all change with direction. Yeah, that one comes in at £73. But notice that both units there are actually motorised, which is pretty cool. So you could operate them as 2 separate units if you wanted to. But yeah, very nice, very nice. Not for me, that one. It's something I would look at getting in the future, but yeah, not a stampede to get thing for me. Now this one. This is the Kia 48, or a converted Kia 48. Kias tend to be diesel units, and series, if it's series with a number, it tends to be an electric unit, and Kia tends to be a diesel. So yeah, now quite slab fronted initially. My reaction to this was, oh, it's a little bit ugly at the front, but the colour really grew on me. Suffice to say that I'm not going to be pre-ordering this one myself, but anyway, a little bit about it. So this is a tourist train from the Aomori region, introduced in July 2002. It was refurbished in 2011 and reintroduced as Resort Umineko, and the whole thing was retired in September 2020. So yeah, it's a 3-car set. Yeah, I think it looks great. If I wasn't trying to be sensible and trying to be more choosy about what I was going for, that is one I could pick up. If it's still in stock at a later date, maybe in a sale or something, I definitely will look at getting this one, because I think it looks, yeah, the colour's really grown on me. It has a style of its own, And then you can see actually with the diesel, talking about the diesel exhaust stain here on the photograph. But yes, it's a shame it's a bit of a grey day that the picture's from, isn't it? But yes, so there we are. But that one comes in at £81 roughly. Obviously these are all guideline prices. Do check if you're going to before you go and get excited about ordering any of these. Okay, so the next one is this one. I haven't actually got an awful lot down on this one, but this is the Keo Series 3000. So obviously electric unit, as we just spoke about. This is a 5-car rake. They're introduced in 1962 on the Inokashira line. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the pronunciation as right as I can in my head. Inokashira line. And as of 2026, they have been sold. Some have been sold to other lines and everything. And they're still running to this day. So yeah, very, very cool. I like this style of train. I like the cab style, the windows there. There's one I'm looking out for, which is a single car unit. It has that style at one end and a sort of very flat front at the other end. Known as I think it's known on the local as a Caterpillar, but as yet haven't seen that one come out. I do like that you've got the high level tail lights as opposed to low level ones. I think that's pretty cool. And again, this is one if it's still in stock later in the year or whatever, I could be tempted by it, just because it's pleasant and it's a normal everyday sort of unit. But yeah, but quite cool there. Right, this is the Series 121. So these were built in 1987, just before privatisation. There was some suggestion in the machine translation of the original thing that they weren't as there wasn't as much effort put into them as into units of that era because of the impending privatisation coming in where JR was born. But these were the Takamatsu area, and with. In 1993, red warning stripes were introduced on the front here. You can see them around the headlight. And this was done in an effort to prevent accidents at crossings. However, obviously it didn't work out. It didn't prove to be effective or wasn't needed, ultimately. And all were returned to blue stripes to match the body sides later on. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I didn't mention on the last one, £107 on that one, the estimate price, and this one's also £107 on the estimate price. A 4-car unit, 1 motor. It's obviously two cars put together, but you're going to have to run it as a 4-car because only the front one's got a motor. You could always try and get a motor, I suppose, for the second unit. But yeah, quite nice. Very, very. What's the word I want? It's functional over form, isn't it, that one? But yeah. Okay. Now this is the other one that's tempting me in a minute. So, this is the Cebu Travelling Restaurant, or the 52 Seats of Happiness. I love this. I think it's great. I might be tempted with this one, but anyway, these were built. So this is the built from 1988 to 1992. The 4000 series has served the Chichibu Railway and Cebu Railway for many years. In April 2016, number 4009, this one, was converted into the travelling restaurant, serving dishes made with local specialities to the Chichibu area, and has been well received for both its brunch and dinner services. Each car is themed of spring, summer, autumn and winter. It's a 4-car set. I think it just looks superb. I am very tempted by this one. I might have to squeeze it in. I think it just looks so beautiful, this one. And it looks like we might even have interior lighting inside here. I don't know if it's just the camera lights or whatever, but it does look like we might have interior lighting inside some of the coaches there. But if not, we can fit it. It's a great thing. That one comes in at 128, so again that will tip over the import rate, so just be aware. But yeah, super super cool looking, that one. I really like that one. I probably should have ordered it by now. I will in a minute. Fortunately, after July, there's nothing in my pre-orders list, so I'm relatively okay there. But yeah. Right. Yeah. Right, so our final one, this is number 8, our final one. The trouble with red, it always fades a bit, but it's nice, sort of like a nice salmon pink, isn't it? So this is Net Series 23,000, 2300,000 I suppose. It's a Shima liner, and this was introduced in 1993 as a tourist train, ran to a theme park, coincided with the opening of the theme park. And the most notable thing is, it's based on the City liner. But the most notable thing, it was the first privately owned Japanese train, from a non-nationalised company, to exceed 130 kilometres an hour in regular service. The unit was renovated in 2012 and features new interior and so on. And again, this is a very nice unit. Comes in at £136 for the full 6-car rake, so £4 more than our 6-car Shinkansen. But yeah, I do think this is very, very, very nice. But the trouble is where this is falling foul is it's all these would come possibly in the same month. So I've got to make the call somewhere. And this one is one of those ones again that if it was to appear on my wish list, if it was to appear later on, still for sale or whatever, then I could be tempted. Because yeah, it's nice. I do like the brighter colours you get with the modern image stuff. But yes, so there's the look at the Micro Ace new releases or new announcements. Anything that catches your eye, let me know in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. And I look forward to being able to make more of these videos now for the other companies. I shall try and cover not just the trains, but some of the buildings and other items, because this is information that I wanted when I was starting out, and I still want, really. And I learn along with you. I mean, I'm going to end up with a notebook full of notes on different Japanese trains, which is great for a start, because I'm going to be learning as I go as well. But no, it's the sort of stuff I'd hope for, so hopefully it might be able to help some of you. Anyway, till next time, I shall say arigato gozaimashita, take care all, stay safe, and I shall see you in the next video. Sayonara.